And plus, it would bar them from the protections of HR1, which was passed within the last week or last few weeks. So
did it pass the Senate?
It's still going through that.
All right. First of all, this is a clusterfuck. Second of all, there's a lot of dumb fuck things there, so I'm going to try to do this quickly. Third of all, I don't know what this weird beverage, fucking American shit, Coca-Cola, never heard of it. Here in Sweden, we have Folk Soda, perfect, no controversies. We don't have, like, death squads going down to Skåne, eliminating Swedish workers, so we have the superior soda. Anyway, so when it comes to stuff like this, number one, a lot of progressives do generally recognize that, you know, signaling of progressive values by corporations is pretty vapid. I'd still rather they do it than they don't do it, but then we can also use this as, like, a sort of, like, leverage to put more criticism towards Coca-Cola. Why are we putting criticism of Coca-Cola? We're not specifically targeting Coca-Cola. Back to what Ko said in the very beginning, we're using Coca-Cola as a means of an end to get to Georgia. When it comes to the functionality of boycott, they're kind of mixed. A piece of analysis that has been missing here is that the difference between boycotting Coca-Cola for this thing compared to for like other things, like for example, bad labor practices, is that for this, Coca-Cola is just set to lose some level of revenue. If we're, for example, trying to boycott Coca-Cola for having shitty labor regulations that is making it cheaper for them, then they can take that initial boycott and they'll still go on a profit from it. In this case, they aren't doing anything like that, so there will be actually like some form of negative to their profits. It won't be substantial, but that's one difference here. Second of all, when it comes to restricting the Georgia writing, the right to vote is probably the most important constitutional law when it comes to the United States of America, and you need really good reasons to like put barriers in front of it. And there has never been any demonstration that voter fraud has been any sort of like meaningful issue when it comes to American elections. Even though you guys' electoral system is like astrology to us Europeans, here it's whoever like gets the most votes wins. That kind of makes sense. To what you said, Bastet, when you said that, oh, you know, letter of the law is all equal, so there's no issue. There's a million examples I can point to illustrating that this is a really stupid point. But one of the best examples is the North Carolina voting laws that were attempted to put in place by the North Carolina government around 2016. Basically, nothing racist in the literature, but what the Republican Party did is they requested voter information, like breakdown by race. They looked at all the types of IDs, all the locations, all the methods of transportation that black people use disproportionately, tried to take a bill to get rid of those ways of being able to be able to vote. Nothing about black people. Went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said they struck it down because it targeted black with surgical precisions. The word black wasn't used a single time in the legislature, so just because the words are race neutral doesn't mean that the effects are race neutral and that the United States government recognizes it as race neutral. And the final thing here is people doing this dumb argument of like, oh, you guys just think black people are dumb who can't take IDs. Regardless of like the character or like the mental fortitude or whatever of whatever group of people, if one group of people has it harder and one group of people has it easier, then the original groups can be exactly the same, but in the people that have it harder, less of them are going to get the IDs no matter what. And because we know that black people in the United States of America are in a poor socioeconomic condition, we know that they're going to have it harder, so they're going to get less opportunities to get IDs, so they're going to be able to like be underrepresented when it comes to voting. And that's my 17 points that I had to get through because it's been a long talk.
Between the earlier